Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm not sure if maybe when you watch the video, we've already broken above the all-time high. But yeah, a bit like a watch party here everywhere at the moment. So Bitcoin just inches away from a new all-time high. Bitcoin continues to follow this pathway to higher prices, and that shouldn't be a surprise. You know that if you watched previous videos that we are still expecting the price to push to new all-time highs towards 130K. There are a few levels along the way that are relevant. 123,625. That's the daily chart, by the way. Then 127,436, and then the area around 130K. I mean, this is a cluster. It's a whole cluster. Since 2023, we've been eyeing this area as potential target area for this bull market. And again, I'm not saying that we will top there. We could grind a bit higher. I would not even be surprised by a move to 149K because that's the 100% extension of the initial A wave, right? That formed from the April low. But yeah, we'll stay flexible. The trend is still up, and there's no bear market signal. But obviously, all-time high territory. Not quite, but we're knocking on the door. We're basically in all-time highs front yard, or front porch. So that's the daily chart. That hasn't changed. What we want is that the price does not break anymore below the red line now. I mean, that's 111K, no, 112K. That level must hold to keep this wave count as it is alive. I'm tracking an upside impulse from the 22nd of June low. It's a bit of an ugly one. Other interpretations are possible, like, for example, a diagonal pattern. But so far this works, so we go with that. Let's take a look at the shorter time frame as well. Here we had a direct breakout higher today, above this previous swing high here from August, the 11th of August. This could technically still be a high B wave, but for now I'm counting this as part of the next leg up. Two scenarios I'm tracking here on the smaller time frame, both bullish. As you know, we did hold the support area. CME gap is not closed yet, by the way. That's between 116 and 119K. I mean, again, whenever we approach all-time high territory, resistance is typically quite strong. But for now, price is pushing, and I can find two ways of labeling this. In the white scenario, I'm tracking a diagonal pattern to the upside from the wave 4 low. Right, from this swing low that formed on the 2nd of August, I've got a wave 1, I've got a wave 2. We are working on an ABC structure in wave 3, which could be nearly done. Then there should be a wave 4 and a wave 5 towards 130K. That would allow for another wave 4, which is likely going to be a bit messy, before we then push higher towards 130K. Or, in the yellow scenario, we have a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. That would be more like a leading diagonal. That's basically then wave 1 of 5. And then we can watch for a wave 2 pullback, which means in the next pullback, it's either going to be a wave 4 or a wave 2. Both are corrective pullbacks. So in both, we expect a corrective pullback, not an impulsive pullback. Depending on where we find a top here, a local top, I'll then tell you what my preference is. But overall, there will be two support areas probably. And again, as long as they are holding, we're watching for higher prices, right? So only when they start to break, then we start to get the first warnings that the top is in. Maybe the bull market could then be over, but those would only be early signals, right? So just a break of micro support on the 1 hour chart or the 30-minute chart is not going to be a signal that the bull market is over. A little bit more is needed for that. But as you can see here for now, we're approaching that all-time high here on the index chart around $123,215, just inches away. And then just above that, we've got the next Fibonacci level that I just showed you on the daily chart. Looking good. Once we have signals for a pullback, I'll give you the next support area. But for now, it's going to be interesting to watch. Key spot here. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates. Feel free to follow us here as well. There are additional chart updates, news, much more, some fun stuff, mindset, memes. Check it out. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.